sitting over there, and she will tell you when you're up. And what would be really useful, because we're going to have to really stick to the time, we have 27 teams, which is fantastic. We had about 7 registered at 11:45, and everyone really rallied and got their teams registered. So we have 27 teams, so we're going to have to really stay to the time of 2 to 3 minutes. And in order to do that, if you are on deck, if you could be waiting here by the side, if you're the next team, that'll really help. That way you can come on, we'll get the time going. So the first 5 teams that I have Collab TV, V-Help, Rhizoma, Singularity, and Project Karma. So if you can get ready, and if I can have Collab TV, we get Collab TV up here. And there you go. Let me just check with the team. In terms of timing, do we have, who's got the timer? Dan, is keep it on your computer? Yeah. Okay. So do you want a single? So maybe actually what we could do is get one of the TATA folks to be a timer and actually hold up a sign of 2 minutes. So I'll work with the team, but for now, let's look to Dan, and I'll signal 2 minutes and then signal again at 1 minute.
Conferencing solution for firm or small, medium-sized companies right now. So if you look at all the existing solutions from Cisco or Polycom, everything is expensive. Minimum start from 20K. So this is the solution I'm trying to tackle. So there are more than 100 million televisions in India right now. And what if you can use this television equipment for future collaboration? So that's the solution I'm proposing. So here comes Collab TV. So Collab TV is a hardware device based on Raspberry Pi, which can connect to television. And it got 3G card as well as micro SD card slot. And it has the Chromium browser with WebRTC support. And it costs less than $100. And this comes as a box which you can connect to any TV. And you make the TV as a video conferencing equipment. That's the idea. Now come to internals. So what I got here is the 3G support for the normal Raspberry Pi board. Then I got the speaker port as well as microphone. Then I got the SIM socket. So you can actually connect to any of the 3G network. So you're not trying to get AT&T, T-Mobile. You can just get a 3G connection and put into your 3G slot. So this is the board I'm proposing. Now the benefits. You can actually upgrade all your normal TV to smart TV. Just like Google TV, Apple TV. So you get less than $100 TV. And bidirectional TV. You can talk to your TV and TV can actually listen to you because there's a camera. And works with any 3G provider, not tied with any specific provider. And collaboration comes to your living room. You actually sit in your living room and talk to your counterpart in wherever. Alright? Now the market. So this is the statistics from Wikipedia I took. India, you can see more than 100 million, same way China. US, I don't know how many people are using, but remaining all countries, this is my target market. So these many TVs will be getting the benefit of color TV. Now the revenue model and business model. So my proposal is that with discount, maybe some contract, we can actually sell this to 3G operators, then all the retail online stores, then the content providers, like Netflix or any other content providers, we can collaborate, then the app system, because Code is creating app ecosystem, we can actually get money from there. Then if you just consider India, because I'm concentrating on Indian market right now, I mean, out of 100, if one TV get this collab TV, then we get 100 million revenue.
1 minute remaining.
Yeah. So let's collaborate with TV, collab TV. So I have a cute demo here because I don't have any hardware right now, but what I have is emulator, which is actually just one second. So this is the Raspberry Pi installed here in this Windows. So I have configured and installed and did some hacking on the Chromium, and I have the Chromium browser here. So this is a little bit hacked Chromium browser. Alright, it's just popping up. So just assume that this is the television, because you will be getting the same thing in your TV, a small screen. Yeah. So now, so let me just go to any of the WebRTC. Okay, so this is here. So idea here is that whatever solution is built on top of WebRTC should work in my collab TV. Alright?
Okay, we're out of time. You
Yeah.
want to show quickly?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. But the only thing is that you have at the same URL here in this browser, and you will be seeing that one. But there will be some conflict right now because I have only one webcam right now. But if you configure the same thing in multiple devices, it should be working. Alright? Any questions?
Great. Real quick, how would you expect sorry. How about that? What's your solution for receiving video into the Raspberry Pi? Is it just a USB cam that would have to be purchased separately?
Actually, I'm proposing right now just a board because you can actually connect any microphone as well as the video, the same board.
So would you need an external camera then?
Yes.
As well,
Yeah.
USB?
Yeah, so this is a box, right? You will be connecting maybe somewhere in the cupboard or somewhere else. So the camera should be somewhere outside. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. That's great. Team, a couple notes. Amy, who's sitting right here, wave your hand. Amy's going to be timing. She'll give you the sign for
Two. 1.
Stop. Let's go stop. You have to stop because the timing here. So again, Brent, you guys have been working really, really hard. Tremendous turnout. To hit the deadlines. Just a reminder about criteria. You guys all have this in mind, but reminder that number one, usefulness of solution demonstrated. Secondly, the strength of the business model and monetization potential of the solution. Third, creative usage of open APIs such as WebRTC and the tech stack. And fourth, market impact. So just so you know, those are the things that the judges are going on. One other quick note is we saw 13 great teams from India this morning, and there are a couple of joint teams that we'll be presenting at the end of this group. So if we can now have V-Help, because V-Help, were they the ones that got moved? Adrian? Are you guys ready?
Oh, we got that.
Are you ready? Yeah, you ready? Let's go. All right.
Okay, we're having trouble with
It's not working. Anyone else having trouble? Okay, I think you did that. So let's go with Rizoma. Rizoma next. Okay, got it.
2,000 years of paper messaging formed our communication in a linear chronological way. One man writes a message, then another, and as a result we have a long line with messages. This information not structured and it's hard to understand. Our idea is very easy, that you can put every message in the context, and as a result you have a structured document. For example, in these documents, thousands of users collaborate, and if you copy this information, for example, to Google Docs, it will be 3,000 pages. But in Rizoma, this information is organized and it's easier to navigate with Zoom interface for text. And we have to focus in two vertical. It's research and development and its education platform. Also, you can insert in every part of documents interactive gadgets like voting gadgets, video gadgets, drawing gadgets, different spreadsheets, mind maps, and so on. And we integrate RTC video collaboration, and for example, now we try to make an overview of collaboration tool like Asana, Google Docs, and I am and my teammate create analysis and in real time, and I decide to organize these tools for three types. It's document oriented, video oriented, and task oriented. And I switch this document to mind map mode and restructure these documents with drag and drop. And as a result, we have a structured document, and all information is organized, and we can see about Wikispaces, Google Docs, and other tools organized. And also, Rizoma is very useful for educational, for remote learning. And here is an example how teacher and students can collaborate. And my teammate continue and explain how it works.
Thank you, Daniel. So this is a platform also for teachers to interact with students, collaborate. Learning is a very collaborative experience in the best way. And so we have interactive video, formulas, and also other in context textbook, and basically allows lecturers to incorporate student material to improve learning in the future. Thank you.
So much.
Thank you. So with Rizoma, again, there's not beat up at Rizoma, just for the judges, make sure it's clear. Any questions? No? Great. Thank you guys. Thanks very much. Next team up is Singularity. Singularity's up next. After Singularity, Project Karma, and then Robert Zahn. Singularity, Project Karma, and then Robert Zahn. Yeah, excellent.
Okay, so our idea was to create a comprehensive suite to allow people to collaborate on ideas and discuss whatever they may be thinking. But this isn't your everyday collaboration tool. because we're letting people collaborate on content that's already been made. So you're thinking maybe like, how do we do this? Why isn't it like Google Docs or Dropbox? So we start with the basic idea that a lot of people, when you read an article or when you're taking notes on a textbook, you keep it in a notebook or a folder. A lot of people do this, it's easy to organize and it looks great. But the problem is, when you're working with a project group, you have a lot of people with a lot of binders, and everyone has a lot of notebooks, and everything's just all over the place, and it piles up. Now, this can be a really huge problem because you don't know what other people are thinking for every little thing, and communication now is like, you can discuss ideas at lab meetings, but there's only so much you can say. So what we're trying to do is solve the problem of having, by creating a technological platform to allow people to discuss these ideas. So we're going to start with a more simpler example. Let's say you're reading an article for a project. So you have your article and you have your highlights, you have your annotations, and so what you do is you put it on our web app. And now the thing is, with our web app, you can see what other people highlight, you can see what other people comment. And so with that, you can exchange ideas, you can swap files, you can share notes, and you can brainstorm using these annotated discussions and eventually video conferencing. Now this improves collaboration to a huge degree, because now not only can you look at your notes, you can look at other people's notes. You can see what your lab manager is saying, you can see what the CEO is saying for an article that you're reading. So our business model is to make this a free service. Everyone should be able to keep their own notes, everyone should be able to collaborate. But the thing is, there's a limit on how many documents you can have because we don't want to overflow our server. So for an institution or for maybe a business, you can create, or you can get the premium service. And this way you can have more lab meetings or lab groups, and you can have like class groups to have more articles. Businesses can have more like collaboration groups that share documentations or contracts. And this would help everyone collaborate their discussions. This would help everyone unleash their creativity, and this would really get the next big idea on the table. And that's what our product does.
So I'm gonna go with a really quick demo. So we're gonna log in. That's probably not good, sorry. So I guess that's gonna be now.
Yeah, that would be our next product. Okay, but basically when you see the screen, you can see the main article, and then you can click on highlights and see what everyone else commented.
So really quickly you can make a.
Sorry guys, thank
Sorry.
you so much.
All right, next team is Project Karma. Project Karma. Next up, Robert Zahn. After that is One Dynamic. After that is One Dynamic. Yeah. Everybody ready? Yep.
Good evening. We're Team Project Karma, and those of you who may not know, Karma loosely translates to duty. And we today are dedicating our project to thousands of non-profit organizations across the world who are doing their duty to make this world a better place, selflessly working day in and day out. Just to put our project in perspective, I'd like to present some numbers. Did you know that in the past 10 years, the number of non-profit organizations in the USA has gone up by 25% to over 1.5 million, to the extent that today 10% of all employment in the United States is provided in the non-profit sector. In a country as populated as India, there is one non-profit organization for every 400 individuals. Russia has almost 300,000 non-profit organizations. These organizations are making a big impact, and our project is meant to enhance their abilities. So some problems which they face are that often these non-profit organizations target a very specific issue. So if you take a demographic of in a rural area, there are problems of education, malnutrition, health, and illiteracy. And each non-profit organization will take only one of these into account. What we want to do is collaborate multiple non-profit organizations so they can work together and provide an all-encompassing solution. We will now demonstrate how we are doing this. First, we provide a search option with which you can search through location, scale, or work that non-profit organizations do. Once you have found a non-profit organization that meets your criteria in your area or in your area specialties, you can select them and you can begin working with them. So you can start an initiative which tackles a particular problem in an area, and you can invite a non-profit organization to join you in tackling that initiative. You can initiate tasks that we have displayed over here, and each of these tasks can have requirements. We have presented a timeline and a video chat feature, basically all the technologies and tools that you would need to collaborate amongst different non-profit organizations, perhaps from across the world, to gain more traction, provide an all-encompassing solution, provide fundraising technologies, and just enhance their abilities. We'll now present our business model.
So we have a three-way business model roughly. So the first one is a freemium model wherein we allow free services to all NGOs, all non-profits, wherein they can sign up and have access to this whole immense valuable information about other non-profits around the world, and they can collaborate. But they are limited in terms of what they can do with having interactions on this website. So they can only sign up for 20 different initiatives at the most. Whereas bigger organizations, which sort of choose to switch to a premium license, can sign up for as many as they want. Secondly, we also plan to have some display advertisements on our homepage, which will also be non-profits. And we want to have users coming in, so that's another stream of revenue generation. And the last one is philanthropists and fellow organizations who want to sponsor some event or sponsor some sort of collaboration can do so, and we take a cut out of that. So that's it.
I think there's some problem with but this, that's just
So, yeah, I mean, basically it's like a tool where you can have four people from different organizations collaborating to make this particular task list a full-fledged task list for the 4 organizations in order to collaborate on the 4 areas. I mean, there is
so it's basically like a video stream of all the people in the initiative right now. And then they can join in and create these tasks together and discuss. And once they have those lined out, they can share resources and tackle problems. Any other questions?
Great, thank you very much. All right, next up is going to be Robert Staub, and then One Dynamic and Diddle.
Obviously, that name is a good one. Robert.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Does that work? Yeah. You can hear me? Okay. Robertson is meant to enforce rules, process rules in a video conferencing system. You see the markup, so there are the rules that you'd have to enforce at the very minimum are, what are the roles of a participant, what are the phases of a meeting, and what actions can that person in that role take in that particular phase of a meeting. So here under number 1 you see the current issue, they're doing something with a motion, that's a phase of the meeting. The role of the participant, this is the participant screen, a regular participant screen when they're listening to another participant talk. And over here is the console. In the product, it would probably be more like a game console. But this tells the participant what they can do, what they're allowed to do at any particular time, depending on their role and the phase of the meeting that they're in. At the same time, we're doing a video conference instead of a face-to-face meeting. So we're losing that face-to-face interaction that tells me whether I'm doing good at my presentation. And so Robertson compensates for that by putting in element number 3 here, a feedback mechanism so that each participant can vote on whether this speaker's doing good and whether this issue is something that interests them, and then that's aggregated into a score. So the speaker up there can look at the score and say, I'm doing great, or oh my goodness. Okay? Oh my goodness. So then they can make notes to themselves at the bottom in number 4, and they're going to need those notes because it's their turn to speak now. And it's when it's their turn to speak, the screen changes. First of all, they don't need to rate other people's feedback because they're on. Then they have a timer telling them how much time they have to do, and they've got just the sort of tasks that they might want to do at that time in the meeting. No distractions. Okay, and the notes that they've been taking to themselves, ooh, that's cool, have become larger, so they can speak from those notes. And then on the other hand, here's the either a picture, a photo, an icon, some sort of thing of the other participants, and the other participants can directly message them, saying, go, or saying, hey, maybe you want to talk about this too, okay? At the end of the deliberation or the debate, they're going to want to do something called voting, and the chair is going to set up the voting. And here the chair gets to set up the voting. What's the voting type? What kind of motion is this? What kind of vote are we taking? What is it going to take to pass this thing? And bang, you can start voting now. When everybody gets done voting, he's going to say, bam, count the votes. Voting is cut off. The results show over here, and the results show here. And thank you very much.
Excellent. Any questions? Thank you. Next up, one dynamic, and then middle. And for the teams that are coming up and presenting, please do call out if you have used WebRTC. We'll call it 3 minutes. It's a very short time, so try to get your demo certainly by the time the 2-minute call goes up. And if you are using different APIs, please mention that and call that out.
Can you hear me? Okay. We are One Dynamic, and we make it easy to find solutions to problems using remote teams. Now, here's One Dynamic. You have several different categories of problems you have. So I have a problem with the startups because I have built a great product, but I don't know how to collaborate. So I'm going to find a team. There's 3 different teams that are remote that I can quickly connect to. You can see the ratings, the reviews, and whatnot. So here's a little bit more information about each team, and I can either sign up or Now, each team member of the remote team will get a text message that says that there's a customer ready to talk to them. And here are two remote technicians experiencing startups, and they can help me answer my question. So I'm going to ask them, I have this product, and I would like to have a collaborative feature. What would you suggest?
You know, I think Node.js is a really, really good solution.
I think Node.js is a really, really good solution.
Well, actually, if you want to move a whiteboard or something, you might want to consider Firebase. They'll run this over for you.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about
Firebase, and yeah, that's a much better solution. Good catch.
Great. So if I had only talked with one person, I would have had one solution. But because I have two heads or more, the saying two heads are better than one, I now have a better solution. So, sorry about this, but here's the button. Right under there. It says hire the team. And so if I want to continue this conversation and hire the team for more questions or a different experience, I can just hire them and get a remote team. Now, it doesn't matter what subject I need. You saw there were 6 different categories of support technicians. And they can be anywhere in the world. They don't have to be in one place, one team. They can be throughout the world. They can all connect at one time. There's that.
And also because me and Matt have always been together working on the same projects over and over again. When you come to us and you say you want to launch a startup or get through the FDA or do something with a patent, we've done it for so many other groups and we know our dynamics so well that we can really accelerate the process. Instead of going and getting individual contractors who've never worked together, we are a seasoned team that will get it done.
We are one dynamic, and we connect you to technicians and experts around the world.
Is that Android phone running a Chrome browser? Is that WebRTC by Chrome?
Yes. So the beta version. So the beta version of the.
The beta version of the Chrome browser actually runs WebRTC, and I'm actually running WebRTC on this phone right now.
And then we also use Twilio to send out text messages saying customer ready to talk.
Thank you. Next up will be Viddle. After Viddle, we have Phone Collab, and then Office Hours. And I will remind you, we are live streaming. This is still a two-way conversation with India, so you have to really speak loudly and put the mic right at your mouth in order to be heard.
My name is Rajat. Okay. Hi, good evening. My name is Rajat, and I'm here to present Riddle. Let's look at the problem statement first. All of us browse the internet every day and come across awesome stuff on a regular basis. What's the first thing that you do when you come across cool stuff? You share it with your friends, your colleagues, your wife, your kids. But then how would you do that? Normally we use things like email or phone, but both of them come with their shortcomings and advantages, of course. With email, the other party doesn't have to be available at the same time. You can send it now and they can read it later when they're available. But you got to type everything out. The context of why you're sharing it, why it's cool, what you liked about it, say it's a big web page, things like that. You can do it via Skype or a phone call. And that's very personal because there's a human touch in that. And then speaking is obviously sounds better than typing. That's why Apple Siri or Google Now is so popular. And lastly, the phone calls and the video chat, they only work in real time. The other person has to be available. So I make Whittle, which is bringing in the best of both worlds. And we make the content sharing more easy and personal for you. Here's a quick demo. Sorry, the audio is... Can you increase the volume?
Just scroll down and write the section and then take off the one ticket. You there?
Yeah, so we help you share the content as well as your message all in one window, so it's much easier. Our main differentiators or the sending part is you don't have to save, compress, upload, it's really quick. And for the recipient, you don't have to constantly multitask between apps to browse your notes and the actual content. And I'm aiming for a subscription model, free for first year and $2.99 that year onwards, similar to WhatsApp. And the team includes Tao and me. Tao couldn't make it to the presentation. Both of us are sophomores at DePaul University, and we love hackathons. We recently won second place at the Angel Hack, and that's Whittle for you. Next time you share content, don't just share it, Whittle it. And I have the actual working prototype on my phone. I'd love to show it to you guys after the presentation. Thank you.
Great. Any questions? Thank you very much. Next up, we have phone collab, office hours, and then learn Spice.
Okay, so since my partner in India ditched me, I would like a little bit of help from the audience here, since we're in a collaboration hackathon. Could you do me a little favor and either call or text that number on that screen while I talk about what phone collab does? So just send a message or just give a small call and you'll see what happens. So I came up with this idea, one of the bigger problems, which I'll talk about later, but I noticed that a lot of professors and teachers have to list in phone numbers publicly, and I figured out, okay, what if we can do some sort of a Google Voice thing for them? But at the same time, I realized, you're talking about WebRTC and all these apps and so many other ways to collaborate, but the most easiest thing in hand is your phone, the original telephony, text messages and calling. So what our app does is that you can just sign up for a number through us, and then we assign you a global number, which anyone can text you or send you, give you a call. It'll automatically show up on your dashboard. And then you can have like sort of private rooms if you connect. Let's say this number, if you try to call or send a message right now, you cannot connect to it. So this is kind of like for a professor to a teacher, to a student, they'll be able to monitor private conversations separately.